The parents of a Western Kentucky University student shot and killed at Muse Apartments in July are taking a stand to honor their daughter's legacy. The Ayanna Morgan Foundation was created to help raise awareness for gun violence, violence against women, and more.
It's not just gun violence, it's black on black crimes, it's violence against women. And it's like for that to happen to her is just like a triple punch.
According to Rockefeller Institute of Government, urban black women and girls are more often exposed to community violence, such as witnessing someone being shot, seeing a dead body, or even being shot by guns themselves. The case of Morgan has provoked many opinions on social media after leaked surveillance footage has circulated online. Despite the short clip, some people have painted Morgan as the criminal in the case and the reason behind her demise. Ayanna Morgan's stepfather, Lord, Silverback, Omega Prime, says that they aren't giving credits to the theories.
I don't see how they could take that narrative. 3 men, 1 young lady. So anyone with any semblance of intelligence, for them to bring up a question like that, then they're very unintelligent.
Dr. Story says the country has a history of criminalization of black bodies.
And that bodies really are not just flesh and bone, so much as they can also be interpreted by others as a text. And we read various messages off of people's bodies according to race, presumed sexuality, gender identity. All those things weigh into whether a person outside of another values that person, sees the humanity in another person.
Story also credits white supremacy being embedded into America's culture for black women being painted as criminals despite being victims.
Many times, black people in general are viewed as inherently criminal or up to no good, or by consequence, black women are seen as criminal, and they're also not believed.
It's a view that even follows victims and their families after their death. The Rockefeller Institute of Government also states that urban black women and girls also often shoulder the economic burdens of loss of household income and domestic labor from death. Legal scholar Kimberly Crenshaw calls this living death the second killing of black women and girls, who are forced to relive the trauma of vicarious, violent loss at the hands of others.
I think that it does become worse, even if those black women who don't survive the violence against them, even if they don't survive, they're still scrutinized post-mortem for their life, the way that they live their life, who they associate with, who they're in relationships with, who their children are by. All of these things are used as a way to almost excuse the violence that has happened upon the black woman.
To Morgan's mother, Misha Baskerville, the comments about the night don't define her daughter. Instead, she remembers her black girl magic.
Just to be reminded, at random times that my daughter was winning. She to me is the epitome of black girl magic. And for that to be taken away of something, she was just a promising life. It's just so overwhelming at times.
By no means are we trying to paint a picture of her being holier than thou, a pristine porcelain princess. She was 21 years old. She's going to make mistakes like most young people do, like we did growing up. She was at the starting line at life at 21, and they robbed her of her finish.
The parents both credit the Bowling Green police for their hard work and perseverance for justice.
No one deserves to die, no matter the circumstances. No one deserves to die at the hands of another. And that's what drives our guys to go find out what the truth is.
As families continue to heal, a push is being sought in the midst of the tragedy, a push for change in the community. Baskerville says her daughter's case has multiple elements, especially with violence in the black community. As people across the Commonwealth and around the country push for a safer society, there is one thing that many people agree with. Every victim deserves justice, no matter what they look like. In Bowling Green, I'm Gabrielle Bunton, WBKO News.